Hey everybody, Chris with Night Living Card Games, back again to do another team up challenge. Today I am pulling out Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy to take a look at Young Love. So Young Love is the team up that came with Spider-Man Miles Morales and Ghost Spider. It is a one-cost event, and it's team up Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales. So this one, as opposed to all the other team up cards, require them to be in alter ego mode. And then it's alter ego action, heal 3 damage each from Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales. So I haven't played a lot with this one just because it doesn't seem that great. Especially when you're playing with both heroes, that requires both of you to be in alter ego, which is generally something you want to avoid, especially in two-handed games. But it could be a case of flip down, second player is already an alter ego. First player flips down, plays it, and then second player then flips up on their turn. I don't know. We'll see if we can get this one to trigger. And we're going up against Mysterio. Decided to just grab a hero thematically out of the Sinister Motives box. And the random encounter set that was added to it is the Inheritors. So that seems very thematic. And for the heroes themselves, Miles is rocking an aggression build, focused on things like precision strike and was it push the limit, take advantage of those status cards. And Gwen Stacy is a just general protection deck, as that seems to fit in best with her hero interruptibility. So I think that's about everything. So let's see how this game goes and if we can trigger that team up card. So we got Wasp, a web shooter, another web shooter, defense mechanism, relentless assault, and swing in. All right. So I'm going to keep swinging. Web shooter, web shooter. Going to pitch the other 3 for right now. So we get a Hulk, an Angela, and an Energy. All right. All right, that's it for Miles. Let's see what Gwen's got. We've got a Ghost Kick, Phantom Flip, Spider-Man Peter Parker, Armored Vest, Energy, and a Defiance. All right, I'll keep the Armored Vest. I'm going to pitch Peter Parker. I'll keep the Energy. Yeah. Oh, I just realized I gotta redo these things. I forgot I am supposed to shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into each player's deck, and that happens before I draw my hand. So let's redo Gwen Stacy first. Yeah, here's Mysterio. I like. It's got some fun interaction with putting things in the deck, but I guarantee you at least once I'll forget his trigger of putting cards in his in my deck. So on this one, because I'm playing expert, so if it's an illusion traded card, it goes to the bottom of my deck. So stage 1 is it goes to your discard pile, and I think stage 3 is it goes to the top of your deck. So all right, so I think that's pretty well. Let's try that again. We got an Energy again, Ghost Kick again, Jocasta, a web bracelet, Unflappable, and Flow Like Water. Okay. Energy stays. Web bracelet stays. Do I have it? I don't have a defense event. So I'm gonna keep Jocasta. I'm gonna pitch the. I'll hold on to Flow Like Water. I'm gonna pitch Unflappable and Ghost Kick. I got a Genius and a Pirouette and Punch. All right, well, that is what it is. For Miles, I gotta grab the top card of the encounter deck and shuffle this up. thing I hate about this is I always try to shuffle so fast that I invariably just throw cards all over the place while I'm doing it. All right. So let's take a look at what Miles is going to be getting this time. So we got an Enhanced Physique, Arachnobatics, Relentless Assault, Hall of Heroes, Genius, and a Spider-Girl. All right, so I think we're going to keep Genius. Let's keep Hall of Heroes and Spider-Girl. I'll pitch the other three. We get a Surprise Attack, Plan of Attack, and a Yarn Bjorn. All right, well, I think I'm going to be... I think we'll be ending up putting a lot of cards in my deck, but what are you going to do? All right, so we're going to get Miles. We're going to spend a Genius to get down a Hall of Heroes. We're going to spend a Plan of Attack to get Yarn Bjorn out. And then we're going to flip ourselves up. I'm going to spend Spider-Girl for a Surprise Attack onto the Shifting Apparition. So I do 3 damage to it, so it defeats it. However, it has a when defeated effect. If you defeat it using with excess damage, shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into the player's deck. So we'll do that. And while I'm doing that, I did defeat a minion. So I get to put a counter on Hall of Heroes. And as always with Mysterio, it's always hard on these scenarios that shuffle cards in your deck to not look at your deck while you're shuffling. And then Spider-Man, Miles is, I'm going to just thwart for 2 off of this thing. Try to keep that down a little bit. All right. So Gwen is going to spend an energy to get a web bracelet out. We will flip up. We are going to spend a Genius and a Flow Like Water to get Jocasta out. Unfortunately, Jocasta says after he enters play, choose a defense event in your discard pile and attach it to her face down. Unfortunately, I have no defense events in my discard pile, but that's okay. So then she is going to attack for 1 so that we can clear out the Shifting Apparition. And we didn't do excess damage, so we don't have to shuffle the top card of the encounter deck in. And then Ghost Spider is going to punch for 2. All right, I think that is everything. So Miles, let's ready ourselves up here. They're both 5 hand size on hero form. So let's see, we get a Press the Advantage, Web Shooter, Strength, Energy, and a Wasp. Okay. We're going to hold on to Pirouette and Punch. And we're going to get 2 more. So a Phantom Flip, another Web Bracelet, an Armored Vest, and a Web of Life and Destiny. All right, that is it for me. Villain phase. We're getting 2 on the main to go up to 4. Mysterio is attacking Miles. We'll just take it, I think. So 2 and a star boost. Choose to either spend 2 mental resources or deal this card face down as an encounter card. The only reason I would consider doing that is this thing's got Surge, and it would be discard your hand, draw up your hand. There's nothing crazy in my hand that I really want, although getting Wasp and a Web Shooter would be nice. but I don't want to surge into another card. So I guess I will discard Wasp and press the advantage. This is not an illusion trait, so I don't have to add that to my deck. So I take 2 damage, 1, 2. All right, Mysterio is attacking Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider is defending for 3. So he is attacking for 2, 3, and a star. Deal him 1 additional boost card for this encounter phase. Sure, we'll let him take that. So that's a 2. So I think I am going to do Phantom Flip and Web Bracelet to play Pirouette and Punch. So this is a hero interrupt. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more than the number of boost icons on that card, and then cancel its when revealed effect. So I'm canceling this one, so it is 3 to him. 1, 2, 3. And because I did a hero interrupt, I get to ready. Ghost Spider, and I get to draw a card with Web Bracelet, which is Web Binding. All right. Masterful Mirage was an illusion traded card, so I do have to place that at the bottom of my deck. All right, and I defended for 3, and he was only punching for 3, so that's that. And now encounter cards. We get a Humongous Hallucination attached to Mysterio, and then spend one resource of any type, and shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck into your deck to discard this card. This gives him a +3 attack. That's not good. Ooh, Shadow of the Past right off the bat. I don't have anything that can. I don't have anything that can stop that. So, all right. So we are getting the Lizard. 1 scheme, 3 attack, 5 hit points. And when the villain phase begins, heal 1 damage from the Lizard. And his scheme is Regenerative Research. Forced interrupt. When the villain phase begins, heal 1 damage from each enemy. And it has 5 threat on it. Not a fan of that. And then... Okay. All right, then first player moves over to Gwen. All right, so I can either play an Armored Vest and Web of Life and Destiny, or I can play Web Binding. To cancel Mysterio's activation. All right, so what can we do here? So we can punch for 2, probably punch over to the Lizard. Miles can take him out with Yarnbjorn and just punching. But then he's going to be hitting for a lot. All right, so I think what we're going to do, as much as I would like to get Web of Life and Destiny and Armored Vest out, I'm going to spend them for a Web Binding. Oh, no, that has to stay. Oh, never mind then. So I can at least get Web of Life and Destiny out for free. Ghost Spider is going to punch the Lizard for 2. Jocasta is going to punch the Lizard for 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold on to web binding. Yeah, I think that seems good. So we're just gonna stop with Ghost Spider. So that'd be 4, 6. I'm just debating. So if I keep web binding, then I'm going to use it to cancel his, because I think Miles is going to flip down, and then I would use it to cancel. I would use it to cancel the scheme. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so Miles' turn. I am going to spend an energy to get a web shooter out. I am going to punch for 2 to the lizard, taking him out. And then I'm going to spend 1 off of web shooter to trigger Yarnbjorn to do 2 damage to Mysterio. And then I defeated an enemy, so Hall of Hero, a minion, so Hall of Heroes gets another one. And then Miles is going to flip down. Okay, and I think that's going to do it. I'll hold on to web binding, and I'll hold on to armored vest as well. Let's see what happens here. So 3 more for Ghost Spider, armored vest, silk, George Stacy, and parental guidance. Miles is going to hold on to strength, and then get 5 more. Surprise attack, the power within, another web shooter, relentless assault, and another relentless assault. All right, I was really hoping for my thwarting events here, but oh well. All right, so that's it. So villain phase, start of the villain phase, heal 1 damage. All right, he comes to attack Ghost Spider. Jacasta's going to jump in the front because he's swinging for 2. Plus 3 is 5. Star, Deja Vu, reveal this card. Either plays... Oh, I forgot to put 2 threat on the main. Sorry, 6 up there. So it's either 1 threat on the main or 1 damage, and then shuffle it into any player's deck. Gwen will take the damage. She'll shuffle it into her deck, and then Jocasta is eliminated. All right, he is coming to scheme against Miles. I am going to play parental guidance, use parental guidance, and I guess silk to play a web binding. Hero interrupt when the enemy would activate, cancel that activation. And then because I did an interrupt, I get to trigger web bracelet to draw a card, which is Ticket to the Multiverse. All right, so no scheme goes on there. Now we get encounter cards, 1 each. Ghost Spider gets Worried Father, so George Stacy's in my hand, so he comes underneath here. And Miles gets an Assault, which surges into Evil Doppelganger. All right, well, good thing I got Relentless Assault in my hands. Okay, so first player comes over to Miles. All right, so... Okay, just looking for sequencing of events here. All right, so Miles is just going to flip up. So as he flips up, we are going to use the web shooter to generate a physical resource to play surprise attack. because Evil Doppelganger does not have guard. So because I used a physical resource, I get to deal 4 damage, and I'm going to choose Mysterio. All right. We are going to use 1 Relentless Assault to pay for a second web shooter. We're going to use Strength to play Relentless Assault. Deal 5 damage to a minion. If I paid for it using a fist resource, it gains overkill. Doesn't matter. The Evil Doppelganger only has 5 hit points anyway, so take that out. That gives me a 3rd Hall of Heroes counter. Instead of triggering Yarnbjorn, I am going to use my web shooter. My other web shooter, put down the power within. So when I use a basic power, I get to discard it and use Venom Blast. So I'm going to thwart with Miles, take 2 off the main. And then I am going to discard the power within to do Venom Blast. So I get to deal 2 damage to an enemy, 1, 2, and stun them. And that is it for Miles' turn. Okay, Gwen is going to just actually flip down and exhaust herself to get rid of Worried Father, and that is removed from the game to get George Stacy back to my hand. I am then going to spend Ticket to the Multiverse to get George Stacy out, and then I'm going to use my Alter Ego ability to shuffle Ticket to the Multiverse back into my deck. And I think that is gonna do it for Gwen. So I'm gonna pitch Armored Vest, actually. We'll ready everything up. All right, Miles drawing 5. We got a Swing In, Double Life, Genki Lee, a Web Shot, and a Hulk. All right, Gwen is getting 6. Phantom Flip, a Strength, Nick Fury, Expert Defense, What Doesn't Kill Me, and Spider-Man Hobie Brown. All right, villain phase. He heals 1. We get 2 threat on the main, taking him to 6. So he is coming to attack Miles, but he is stunned. Coming to scheme on Gwen. So it's scheming for 2, 3, and after you resolve a boost card during Mysterio's activation, if it was illusion traded, placed on the bottom of the deck, this is. So this goes into the bottom. So he is scheming for 3. So that takes us to 9 of 16 on the main. Oh, that goes to Miles. This goes to Gwen. So we get a shifting apparition over here. And we get a Masterful Mirage. So any amount of damage goes. We discard 4 cards and then discard that instead. Right, first player comes over to Gwen. All right. All right. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do here is we are just going to flip up. I'm going to spend What Doesn't Kill Me, Expert Defense, and Nick Fury to get a Hobie Brown in, who is then going to attack the Shifting Apparition for 1, so I don't have to shuffle him into a deck. Takes 1. Then we are going to punch with Ghost Spider, which hits the Masterful Mirage. So cancel that damage and discard the top 4 cards of your deck. See, 1, there goes Young Love, Ghost Kick, Defiance, and Spider. So no Mysterio cards. So I attacked. So then I'm going to use Strength, play Phantom Flip. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, remove 5 threat from a scheme. Let's get rid of Regenerative Research. And since I did a hero response, I get to ready up and I get to draw a card with my web bracelet. And that is another Phantom Flip. I'm going to exhaust George Stacy to put Phantom Flip underneath him. And then I think Gwen is just going to punch for 2. There. All right. Okay, how do we want to do this? Sure, let us... As nice as it would be to get Genki Lee in. I think we're gonna take care of some status cards. All right, so what we are going to do is we are going to I'm going to use a web shooter to spend 1 resource of any type and shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck into my deck to discard the Humongous Hallucination. So that gets rid of 1 of the web shooters. Miles is going to have 1 of those Mysterio turns where he gets like 5 encounter cards coming up here. We are then going to spend Genki Lee and Double Life to play a Swinging In, remove 4 threat from a scheme. If you paid for it using a mental, which I did, do Spider Camouflage. Spider Camouflage is confuse an enemy. And give Miles a tough status card. And then I'm going to use my other web shooter and Hulk to play web shot. So I deal 4 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then because I used an energy resource, I get to do Venom Blast, which is deal 2 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, and stun them. I am then going to exhaust myself to take 2 off the main, taking it down to 3. And then we are going to flip down. All right, that is that. So let's ready ourselves up. All right, Gwen is first player. Let's draw 5 cards. So 1, Ghost Kick. 2, Spider UK. 3 is a counter card, which draws me a card. Defiance. Pirouette and Punch. And then Ticket to the Multiverse. And I got 2 encounter cards right on the top of my deck. Always fun. All right, as for Miles, we get 6. We get Combat Training, Swing In, Web Shot, Arachnobatics, and Defense Mechanism, and Jefferson Davis. All right, villain phase. He doesn't get to heal because we took care of the side scheme, but he is getting 2 on the main. He would go to attack Ghost Spider, but is stunned. Goes to scheme against Miles, but is confused. And so now we get encounter cards. First one is, oh no, Fool's Paradise. I hate this one. So Fool's Paradise, it's a victory 1, which means when you defeat it, it just goes away. But it does an acceleration, a crisis, and a hazard. And then each identity gets +2 hand size. And it's coming in with 12 threat. Ugh. Okay, well. That's going to be something we're going to have to try to deal with. Then next is Keeping Secrets. Give to the Miles Morales. So I guess we'll exhaust to just remove it from the game. All right, then Miles is his deepest fears. When revealed, discard cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of cards in your hand. If at least one identity-specific card was discarded this way, place one threat on the main scheme. Okay. So it's just equal to the number of cards in your hand. So I've got 6, so I've got to discard 6, and we'll see how many Mysterio cards. So discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which draws me a card, which is another one, which draws me a card. So that actually draws me a card. It doesn't, I don't discard anymore. So, so what I draw is enhanced physique. Let's see here. Double life was discarded, so I do have to place one on the main. We are still in the encounter card phase, however, so I have to reveal these. Fearmonger, discard your hand and draw up to your hand size. Oh. Okay, I really wanted that swing in to take care of some threat, but... Alright, my hand size is now technically 8 with this. So this surges, first of all, so... But I guarantee you we're going to get 2 more. So draw up to my hand size. So 1, plan of attack. 2, surprise attack. 3, web shot. That gets dealt to myself, which draws us cards. So 4, young love. 5, plan of attack. This, I deck out, which gives me another encounter card. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is painful. This is really painful. Maybe I shouldn't have discarded that huge thing. Okay, so we're at 5 cards. I still got 3 more to go here. So plan of attack, arachnobatics, defense mechanism, and Ironheart. Oh. Okay. Another side scheme. Place 1 additional threat here for each card in my hand. Oh yeah, I've got 8 cards in my hand. So this is now a 9 threat side scheme. This game quickly went downhill. Gang up. That surges into an advance. Okay, so he is scheming for 2. Just 2, that is not illusion traded, so it does not have to go up. So we are at 8 of 16 there. Not that we can do anything about it right now. Oh, the other advance, perfect. So 2. And then I have to reveal this card. So either take a damage or place a threat. I will take a damage and shuffle this in. So he schemes for another 2. So we're at 10 of 16. All right, shuffle that into my deck. Then we get experimental injection attached to the minion with the most remaining hit points. There are no minions in play, so it gets a surge. We get an inheritor. Verna is a 1 scheme, 1 attack, 6 hit point, and each inheritor minion gains retaliate 1. And then when revealed, if a web warrior character is in play, I got 2. Deal 1 damage to each character I control. So I take another damage. Okay, awesome. And now we get another inheritor. Each inheritor gains villainous. When revealed, if a web warrior character is in play, give Solus 1 face down boost card. So he gets that. So both of these people have retaliate. And both are villainous. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. This is going great. Yeah. Okay. I do have Young Love in my hand, which wouldn't be bad since Miles is sitting at 3 hit points and he's exhausted, so I can't do anything about it. But Ghost Spider's in hero form, and I can't flip her. And I'm certainly not staying in alter ego mode, so... Alright, so I'm going to exhaust Hall of Heroes and spend 3 counters to draw 3 cards. Web Shot, Enhanced Physique, and Spider Girl. Okay. Alright. how am I going to deal with this? Right, on the bright side, I'm tough, but I'm sitting with retaliate folks here, so that's, and I don't have anything that can do a packet of 6 damage. Well, I do. Okay. All right. Okay. I got a plan. All right, I got a plan here. All right. So we are going to use Plan of Attack and Young Love to get out Spider-Girl. When Spider-Girl enters play, or when you play her from your hand, stun and confuse a minion. I'm going to stun and confuse Solace. However you pronounce it. I am then going to flip up. All right, as I flip up, no, I'm not going to do that. All right. I was going to surprise attack, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. So I am actually going to spend surprise attack and plan of attack to get an enhanced physique out. Give me some ammo for Yarnbjorn. All right. I am going to spend a web shot to play Arachnobatics. So deal 2 damage to an enemy. If the enemy has a stun status card, deal 3 additional damage. And if the enemy has a confused status, deal 3 additional damage to it. So I am doing 8 damage to Solace, which takes him out. And because it takes him out, I don't take the retaliate. He goes away, and this boost card goes away. Okay. Man, I need to I need to scheme. Oh, and I didn't attack, so I am going to exhaust my enhanced physique and spend 1 physical resource to get Verna out. Man. This is not spectacular. So I'm going to be dealing with three encounter cards. I got to start just burning through Mysterio, unfortunately. So I am going to, I won't be able to Yarnbjorn, but that's okay. So I'm going to spend this last charge off a web shooter and Ironheart to play a web shot. So I'm going to deal 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because I use the web shooter, which is a wild, counts as an energy, I get to do Venom Blast. So 1, 2, and stun Mysterio. And then I've got Defense Mechanism in hand. Unfortunately, it's not a physical to trigger Yarnbjorn, and I don't have any extra resources to pay for it. Spider-Girl will attack for 2 on Mysterio. 1, 2. All right, so now we're over to Gwen. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just push him. So we are going to attack for 2. 1, 2. I am then now going to use Ticket to the Multiverse to pay for Ghost Kick. After I used a basic power, which was the attack, deals 6 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So stage 2 of Mysterio is defeated. So stage 3 of Mysterio comes in. He's going to have 32 hit points. He actually has less hit points in stage 3 than he did in stage 2. And then, when revealed, discard the top 5 cards from each player's deck. So let's start with Miles. 1, 2, 3, 4, which draws me a card, which is Wasp. And then 5. I think that's how it works. All right. So he is still stunned, though. And now discard the top 5 for... well, before I do, I will... when revealed, no. So I'm going to take care of that in a second. Readying myself up in Web Bracelet. So discard, which draws me a card, which comes here, which draws me a card. So I draw a card first, Expert Defense. So I discarded 1, then 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're rocking 2 encounter cards so far here, and then we're going to get 2 extra. All right, and because of that, I get to ready up, and I get to draw a card. Oh, and I'm going to deck out this turn. Awesome. This is beautiful. This is just awesome news. Okay, so we are going to spend a physical, a mental, and an energy resource to get down Spider-Man Peter Parker. All right, Hobie Brown is going to attack for 1. Ghost Spider is going to attack for 2. Peter Parker is going to attack for 2, which readies Ghost Spider, and then Ghost Spider can do 2. Yep, I'm going to deck out. I guess I'm going to exhaust George Stacy to put a Pirouette and Punch underneath there. And unfortunately, I can't do anything with Wasp or Defense Mechanism, since they do not have actions to play them. So, okay. Oh, I did kill a minion, so Hall of Heroes does grab 1. You know what? I'm going to keep both Defense Mechanism and 1. So let's ready everything up. Over here, I'm going to keep Defense Mechanism and Wasp and draw a Relentless Assault, a Swing In, and a Web Shot. Okay, damage and thwarting, that's good. Gwen draws 5, so we get a Web Binding, an Unflappable, Defiance, Encounter card, which comes here. My deck is empty. I get an Encounter card, and I draw 2 more. Ugh. All right, I need to survive this turn and then do 25 damage in a turn. That's possible, right? I mean, honestly, it is. It is extremely possible, but... Okay, so I get 2 more. I get an Electrostatic Armor and a Silk. All right, and then we're going to be getting a whole bunch of encounter cards. All right, so villain phase. This goes up 2, 3. So that puts it at 15 out of... 13 out of 15. Okay. Comes to attack Spider-Man, but he is stunned. She comes to attack Spider-Man. as much as I don't like to, I'm going to have Spider-Girl jump in front of it, take the damage, and be defeated, just in case. I want to keep my tough just in case he gets an extra activation on me. Okay, he's coming to attack Gwen. Spider-Man, Hobie Brown will jump in front of it, so he's attacking for 2. 3, 4, 5. This is not a illusion card, so it doesn't do anything. So that defeats Spider-Man, Hobie Brown. And he's got a response after he leaves play. Discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons discarded this way. So 3 cards. 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 6. I can't count. There's boost. So 6 damage to Mysterio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and he left play, so Web of Life of Destiny triggers. We'll have Ghost Spider draw the card, which is an expert defense. All right, that is that. So now we get encounter cards. All right, so we get 1 for Miles, because he is first player. I am just stacking them on Gwen. So 1 for Gwen for normal. Then we get 1 extra for this one, 1 extra for this one. All right, let's see how this goes. First one for Miles. Deja Vu. Take a damage or place a threat. Sure, I'll just place a threat and then shuffle it into my deck. Don't want to get rid of the tough. Okay, next one is Master Plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. Sure, why not? So this one goes up to 13. This one goes up to 16. Like I said, those are never going away. All right, last one for Miles is another inheritor. Each inheritor gains Stalwart. And when revealed, if a Web Warrior character is in play, stun a character I control. Oh, no, I should have just had that tough card go away. Oh, well. That's okay, though. That's okay. I'll be okay. All right, let's check Gwen's. All right, oh no, I do have Pirouette and Punch. I could have used that on the damage. I don't have anything that stops encounter cards, so first one, Deja Vu, a threat or a damage. We'll take a damage just in case another one comes up, and this gets shuffled into my deck. I'm gonna wait on this in case I get more that have shuffle into my deck. Next one, okay, when he takes any damage, that goes away. Attach to your identity. You cannot resolve triggered abilities on your hero's printed text box. Oof, so I can't do my response to stand back up. Shifting Apparition with Guard. In Cold Blood. Lizard attacks you. If no attacks were made this way, it gains Surge. So it surges into Deepest Fears. Discard cards from the top of the deck equal to the number of cards in your hand. So that's 5. So now I do have to shuffle my deck. And if at least 1 identity-specific card was discarded this way, place 1 threat on the main scheme. And if not, take a damage. Okay. All right, so I got to discard 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were identity-specific cards, so I have to put a threat on the main. So we are 1 away from popping there. Okay, last one is In Cold Blood. Gain Surge. Into Exhaustion. So I'm exhausted, and it surges. Into Bora. So each inheritor gains an acceleration icon. And then, if a Web Warrior character is in play, place 1 threat on each scheme. Wonderful. So that is here. That is here. And that causes this one to pop. All right. So, Stage 2, Edge of Reality. In player order, shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck into each player's deck. So that comes in with 6. Okay, so top 2 cards go into Miles's, which causes us to deck out, so we get an acceleration icon there. Man, I hope I can really do 19 damage this turn, because, oof. This ain't fun. This ain't fun. Okay. And this is... And then we've got a... Guard defeated. Okay, so then top two are going into Gwen's deck. Okay. So if we don't take any of the inheritors out this turn, next turn that we are getting the normal 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 on this thing. Whew. Okay, first player comes over to Ghost Spider. What do I have here? I have none of my attack events out. Phantom Flip doesn't do me anything. Nope. All right. So this ain't great. All right, so we are going to throw an electrostatic armor and an expert defense out to get Silk. So if I control another web warrior card, search the encounter deck and discard for encounter deck for a treachery and whatever. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of one of the Fearmongers. I don't like Shadows of the Past, but I don't care that much at this point. And honestly, I didn't even really see Shadows of the Past in there, so it's probably in one of my decks. That one's got Surge and discard your hand, so I don't like that. Okay. So then Silk comes in, attacks for 1 to get rid of this guard minion shifting apparition, and we don't have to add anything to our hand. Okay. Peter Parker is going to attack and deal 2 damage, 1, 2, which readies Ghost Spider. I will punch for 2, 1, 2. There's literally no point to removing threat. So that's about all I'm going to do over there. Okay, so Spider-Man is going to attack to get rid of the stun. Alright, we are not going to be able to trigger Yarn Bjorn this turn, but that's okay. We will use an Enhanced Physique. Well, hang on a second. Am I going to be able... I'm not going to be able to do enough damage. Oh, shoot. So he takes 2 back. 1, 2. And then we discard 4 cards from my deck. So 1... There's my damage. There's more damage. A web bracelet and an unflappable. All right. Shoot. So I got to do Enhanced Physique and Wasp to pay for Relentless Assault. I've got to get... Do I need to get her out? Okay, hang on a second. I got to do some quick math here because I got to pop damage through, but having everybody have an acceleration. So we are at 6 out of 18. So it's just a question of whether I'm relentlessly assaulting Verna so the damage can go through to Mysterio, or I'm doing it to Bora to get rid of the acceleration icon. So if I get rid of Verna, next turn it'll go up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll go up 6, so that would be 12 of 18. If he gets an advance, I might be able to survive one advance. Oh shoot, I forgot. I got +2 hand size. Dang it. So I don't care. I'm just doing it. So I got a genius and a press the advantage. And I'll do it over here too. Parental guidance and armored vest. None of my attack events. So nothing wonderful there. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to go back to Gwen real quick. I'm going to put down, I'm going to use parental guidance to put down an armored vest. Whatever. And I'll leave it at that. Okay. All right. So if I do it to Verna, then I can probably survive one round, fingers crossed. And that would put 1 damage up on Mysterio. Then I do another 6. Sure. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. All right. So, yeah, we are... A second. Yeah, I'm going to... use Enhanced Physique and Wasp to pay for Relentless Assault, so I'm going to take her out, and then 1 damage goes to Mysterio. I don't have any physical resources in my hand to trigger Yarnbjorn. Actually, then no, I'm going to retcon that. I am going to retcon that and retaliate, give him the damage back. I am not going to use Enhanced Physique for it. I'm going to use Wasp and Defense Mechanism to pay for it to kill Bora. And then I'm going to use Enhanced Physique to Yarnbjorn Mysterio. Now I'm going to spend 2 to do a web shot. Or no, I'm going to do... swing in and man, darn. Oh, that gives me a counter here. I was hoping to do press the advantage and web shot, but I won't be able to. So, all right, I'm gonna do swing in and I guess press the advantage to play web shot, deal 4 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I use the energy resource, so I get to resolve Venom Blast. So 1, 2, and stunned. And I guess I'm holding on to Genius. Okay. All right. Well, let's ready up. Okay, so I'm gonna hold on to Defiance. I'm gonna hold on to all these because I'm gonna hopefully do a web binding here. All right, so I got to remember my hand size is 7 right now. So flow like water. Come on, damage, expert defense. Nope. What doesn't kill me? Nope. And young love. No. Oh, I could have... I'm going to retcon a little bit and say that I put web binding under George Stacy. And then draw another one, which is Phantom Flip. That's threat removal I don't need. Okay. So that's ready. Okay, Miles is drawing 6 more. So 1, so 2, 3, 4. That gets dealt out. 5, 6, and 7. No, not a lot of damage there. Oh, I could double life surprise attack, so that's a possibility. Doesn't matter, though. We gotta survive this round. Okay. That's everything. So we're getting 2, 3, 4 on the main. Okay, so that takes us to 10 of 18. Comes to attack Gwen. He is stunned. He comes to attack Spider-Man. And we are going to use Flow Like Water and Unflappable to play Web Binding from my from George Stacy. So cancel that activation. If it was a minion, it would deal 4 damage. So it's canceled. I did a hero interrupt, so I'm going to trigger Web Bracelets to draw a card, which is another Web Binding. Interesting. All right, so that was canceled, so nothing happens there. He comes to attack for 3. That hits the tough card. She comes to attack for 1. I'll just take it. Now we get 1 here, 1 here, 1 extra for that, and 1 extra for that. Okay. Go Spider first. We get Deepest Fear. Discard cards from the top of the deck equal the number of cards in your hand. If one identity-specific card, yada, yada, yada. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I got 6 cards in my hand. Great. So, 1, 2, 3. Draws me a card, which is Jocasta. 4, 5, and 6. Surprisingly, no hero-specific cards. So, I take a damage. All right. Regenerative Research. Comes in with 5. Heals damage at the start of the villain phase. And then Deja Vu. Either take a damage or place a threat on the main. Let me just see here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. In theory, I should have enough to get through this. So, I'll take the damage just in case there's an advance on the other side. Shuffle it in, blah blah, and I got 3 encounter cards on a real thin deck for Gwen. So, all right. So Miles, we get Under Fire. Oh, good, Surge. Oh, it surges. Happens here, but then reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Master Plan. Awesome. So 18 and what is that? So that is 18. So 23. No, 24. Wait, 17. 17 plus 4 is 21. I can't add at this point. Okay. Next. Evil Doppelganger. That's nice. I don't care. Doesn't have guard. Genix. When it's in play, give Genix a tough status card. Sure, whatever. I don't care. And then, Assault. Okay. Silk's going to jump in front of this. So 2, 3, 4, not an illusion. So Silk goes away. That is a Web Warrior card that leaves play. I'm going to choose Miles to draw a card because Gwen's top one is a treachery card. Power Within. Oh, more damage. That's good. I like that. Okay. First player comes over to Spider-Man. All right. All right, we've got this. We're going to punch for 2 with Spider-Man. 1, 2. We are going to spend combat training for double life. So I get to flip. And because I used a physical resource, I get to draw. I get to ready my identity. I'm going to exhaust Hall of Heroes and remove 2 counters to draw 2 cards, Jefferson Davis and Relentless Assault. We are now going to flip back up. While I flip back up, I am I'm going to spend Jefferson Davis to do a surprise attack. I used a physical resource, so I do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use Angela to get a web shooter out. At this point, I'm just seeing how much damage I can do because it's the game's over. So we are going to. Can I? And then that. I suppose that really doesn't matter. Okay. We are going to press the advantage to get a power within. We are going to attack with basic 1, 2. Then I'm going to use power within to do Venom Blast, which is another 2, 1, 2, and he is stunned. I'm going to use a web shooter and a genius to play Relentless Assault on Verna. So that's 5 damage to her. 1 goes through. And then I'm going to use the last counter off Enhanced Physique to do a Yarnbjorn. And I think that's all I can do at the moment. So let's see here. So we will punch for 2 with Ghost Spider. Yes, I'm showing off at this point. Then we're going to punch for 2 with Spider-Man. 1, 2, which readies Ghost Spider. I suppose I could have kept Spider-Man in alter ego form just so I could play actually use Young Live. But I'm going to use Young Love and Expert Defense to play What Doesn't Kill Me. Heal 2 damage and ready it. 1, 2. Oh, I punch for 2 first. Then I ready myself. Then I'll punch for 2 more. Yeah, and I'll spend 3 to get Jocasta in to do another damage, whatever. So minus 11. Okay, so there you have it. So we were able to get through it. Hopefully I didn't make too many play mistakes. Mysterio's got so many freaking triggers and cards and whatnot that maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. But he's also can be a gigantic pain in the butt because when he gets that encounter card train rolling, it just smashes over the top of you. All right, so Young Love. This is honestly from the ones I played, which I have tried, I think all of them except the Cable Deadpool and the Angel Psylocke ones. I don't think I've gotten that one on the table yet. This one is by far the worst. Maybe this one might be a little better with the ally version because then it's just you need to flip and you can keep your ally around longer. Although both the Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales ally card do things when they enter play, so keeping them around longer seems counterintuitive, because you want to cycle those in and out as much as you can. Because Miles has got the Miles ally is when he comes into play, when you play him from your hand, you get to bump one of his stats for the turn, and Gwen's is when she leaves play, go find an identity-specific event and add it to your hand. So neither of those are great to keep around. So, I don't know. Again, this one just... It's too difficult to pull off in multiplayer. Maybe in a 4-person you can make this happen, but it's really hard to time getting both of them into alter ego at once. And then... I mean, healing 3 damage for from two heroes for the cost of 1 isn't bad, but it ain't great, that's for sure. So yeah, this one, for my money, is a bust. Sorry I wasn't able to get it played, but there you go. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you did see any play mistakes, by all means, pop up in the comments below. If you like my gameplays, you want to see more, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You want to see me play anything, leave a comment, let me know. I think we're going to take a break from the X-Men team-up cards to go do something else. I'm thinking I might try to take Angel and Psylocke through Next Evolution. But we'll see. Try and change some things up here. Go do something else. But hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you for watching. And I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.